Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the shadows in your room seem to stretch longer than they did yesterday. The sun filters through the curtains, casting patterns that dance like phantoms on your wall. And as you sit up, a familiar knot tightens in your stomach. You glance at your phone, and there it is, an avalanche of notifications that feel like a weight pressing down on your chest. Each message, each alert, is a reminder of the choices awaiting you, choices that seem to loom larger than life itself. You take a deep breath, but the air feels thick with an unnameable dread. What if you screw it all up? What if today is the day you fail? What if the decisions you make ripple outwards, shaping your future in ways you can't foresee? This is the insidious nature of fear. It lurks in the corners of your mind, whispering doubts that echo louder than your aspirations. Now, consider this unsettling paradox. In a world overflowing with choices, career paths, relationships, lifestyles, why does the prospect of making a decision often paralyze you? Each option glimmers like a tantalizing fruit, yet fear clings to them, transforming opportunities into burdens. You may find yourself standing at the precipice of a choice, the weight of potential futures pressing down on you like a storm cloud ready to burst. What if you choose wrong? What if you miss out on something better? This is not merely indecision, it is a manifestation of fear, a silent puppeteer pulling your strings. Think about the last time you hesitated to act. Perhaps it was an invitation you declined, a job you didn't apply for, or a conversation you avoided. The fear of embarrassment, rejection, or failure morphed a simple choice into a labyrinth of anxiety. Each time you let fear dictate your actions, you relinquish a piece of your potential, a fragment of your true self. Picture a moment in your life when you faced a significant decision. Perhaps a relationship that felt both exhilarating and terrifying, or a career opportunity that promised growth but also risk. In these moments, fear can become a deafening chorus, drowning out the voice of reason, the call of your dreams. You may envision the worst-case scenario, a vivid tableau of failure and regret, and as that image takes root, you begin to retreat. But what if, instead of allowing fear to paralyze you, you viewed it as a compass? Imagine standing at that crossroads. Fear not as an enemy, but as a guide. What if fear could illuminate your true desires, highlighting what matters most in your life? When you feel that tightness in your chest, that instinct to flee, what if you paused and asked yourself, what is this fear trying to tell me? This internal dialogue is crucial. It invites you to explore the depths of your fears, to confront the narratives that shape your decisions. What are you truly afraid of? Is it the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, or perhaps the fear of success itself? What if success brings expectations, responsibilities, or changes that feel overwhelming? This exploration of fear reveals hidden truths about your values and aspirations, guiding you toward a more authentic path. Now, let's delve deeper. Imagine a scenario where you decide to confront a fear head-on. Perhaps you choose to apply for that dream job or reach out to someone you admire. As you take that first step, the adrenaline surges through you, and with it comes an unexpected clarity. You realize that fear is not a wall, but a doorway, a threshold that separates the familiar from the extraordinary. Each time you confront fear, you expand your comfort zone, stretching the boundaries of what you believe is possible. Consider the artist who stands before a blank canvas, trembling with anxiety yet compelled to create. With each brushstroke, they confront their fears, channeling vulnerability into expression. What if you approached your own fears with that same spirit of creativity? In this moment of reflection, allow yourself to envision the life you desire, unencumbered by fear. Picture yourself making choices that align with your true self. Decisions fueled not by anxiety, but by passion and purpose. What would that life look like? How would it feel to wake up each day, free from the shackles of fear, ready to embrace the unknown? As you ponder these thoughts, consider how fear has woven itself into the fabric of your life. What decisions have you avoided? What dreams have you shelved? The answers may be unsettling, but they also hold the key to unlocking your potential. Now let's explore how fear not only shapes individual choices, but also influences the collective consciousness of society. How does fear manifest in the decisions we make as a community? And what implications does this have for our shared future?
Imagine a bustling city alive with activity where every person is a thread in the intricate tapestry of society. Every day, millions of decisions are made, from the mundane to the monumental. Yet, beneath this vibrant surface lies a current of fear that flows through the streets, shaping choices and influencing behaviors in ways that often go unnoticed. What if you could see this fear as a palpable force, an invisible hand guiding the collective consciousness? When a crisis strikes, be it a natural disaster, a health pandemic, or political unrest, fear can sweep through the populace like wildfire, igniting panic and altering the course of lives. In these moments, the question arises, how does fear shape not only individual decisions but also the fabric of society itself? Consider the onset of a global crisis. As news spreads, fear becomes a shared experience, a communal emotion that binds individuals together in anxiety. You might witness scenes of chaos, where people rush to stockpile supplies, driven by the primal instinct to protect themselves and their families. In this frenzy, the fear of scarcity transforms rational individuals into desperate actors, each one believing that their survival hinges on immediate action. But what if this collective panic leads to a self-fulfilling prophecy? What if the very act of hoarding creates the shortages they fear? This paradox illustrates how fear can distort reality, turning rational decision-making into a chaotic scramble for safety. Imagine standing in a grocery store, surrounded by empty shelves and frantic shoppers. The air is thick with tension, and you feel the weight of collective fear pressing down on you. In that moment, the choices you face become clouded by the urgency of the situation. You might find yourself buying items you don't need, simply because everyone else is doing the same. This is the power of fear. It can override your instincts, steering you toward decisions that may not align with your true needs. Now, let's explore the political landscape. Fear is often wielded as a tool by those in power, shaping narratives that exploit societal anxieties. Politicians may amplify fears of crime, immigration, or economic instability, crafting messages that resonate deeply with the public. Imagine a campaign rally where fear is the centerpiece, where leaders paint vivid pictures of threats looming on the horizon. As you listen, you may feel a surge of adrenaline, a primal response to the call for action. But what if this fear-driven rhetoric leads to divisive policies that undermine the very fabric of community? In this charged atmosphere, fear can create an us versus them mentality, eroding trust and fostering division. You might witness communities fracturing, individuals retreating into echo chambers where their fears are validated rather than challenged. What happens when fear becomes the lens through which we view the world? It narrows our perspectives, blinding us to the nuances of complex issues and reducing our capacity for empathy. Yet, within this collective fear lies the potential for transformation. Imagine a community that recognizes fear not as a barrier but as a catalyst for change. In the face of adversity, people come together, sharing their vulnerabilities and forging connections that transcend individual fears. What if, instead of succumbing to panic, you chose to engage in open dialogue, fostering understanding and compassion? This shift in perspective can lead to collective resilience. Picture a neighborhood banding together during a crisis, pooling resources, knowledge, and emotional support. In this scenario, fear transforms from a debilitating force into a rallying cry for community action. You might find yourself participating in initiatives that address shared concerns, channeling the energy of fear into proactive solutions. Moreover, consider how fear can inspire activism. When faced with societal injustices, be it climate change, racial inequality, or economic disparity, the fear of an uncertain future can mobilize individuals to take a stand. Imagine standing alongside passionate advocates, your voices rising in unison, fueled by a collective desire for change. In this context, fear becomes a motivator, pushing people beyond their comfort zones and into the arena of social impact. As you reflect on these dynamics, ask yourself how fear has influenced your own decisions within your community. Have you ever hesitated to speak out on an issue because of fear of backlash? Have you allowed fear to keep you from engaging with those who hold differing views? Each of these moments represents a choice shaped by fear, a decision that may have implications for the broader community. Now, let's consider the role of awareness in navigating fear. How can you cultivate a mindset that embraces fear as a guide rather than a barrier? Begin by acknowledging your fears and the ways they manifest in your life. What narratives do you subscribe to? Are they rooted in reality, or are they exaggerated tales spun by anxiety? By cultivating awareness, you can begin to dismantle the hold fear has on your decisions, allowing you to approach choices with a more balanced perspective. Imagine standing at the crossroads of your life, armed with the understanding that fear is not something to be avoided, but something to be embraced. What would you pursue if you knew that fear was a natural part of the journey? How would you redefine your relationship with fear, transforming it from a shackle into a springboard? In this moment of reflection, allow yourself to envision a future where fear no longer holds you captive. Picture yourself making choices that align with your true self, decisions fueled not by anxiety but by passion and purpose. With each decision, you create ripples of change, not only in your life but in the lives of those around you. As we delve deeper into the implications of fear on personal and societal levels, consider how we can collectively harness fear for positive change. What steps can we take to foster a culture that embraces vulnerability, encourages dialogue, and empowers individuals to confront their fears? Thank you for joining us on this exploration of how fear influences our decisions, both individually and collectively. If you found this discussion insightful, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel, Valegia. Your support helps us create more content that dives deep into important topics and encourages meaningful conversations. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We'd love to hear your thoughts on fear and decision-making in the comments below. How has fear shaped your choices? Let's continue this conversation together. Thank you for watching,